anybody right now, because we are expecting that we were going to have a beat back or a bite back. A bite back, that means some kind of traitor things have been manufactured.
Do you think this is happening now with the situation in Sinai?
No, it's okay. I would like to say, this is under plan. They are planning. They are planning, and I don't think they're going to succeed in biting our back again, like what happened on the 6th of October last year by killing 15 soldiers on the frontier front. We will not, it's not, I hope it's not, but we are prepared, and there are information in the armed forces right now and in our intelligence hand that we are expecting something like that. It's going to happen. This. Of course, the army is one unit, but the problem is not the army. The disciplined army is not the army.
The Egyptians.
The people of the Egypt, the front, the inner front, who is supporting the army in the back, they are tired.
Yes. Do you think, sir, there is, from a strategist perspective, do you think there is a lot of burden today on the Egyptian army, given that they are supporting in this transition period and they are in locations internally rather than on front lines, and also given the lot of political aspects and political challenges in the country, there are concerns and fears around the stretch of the army's role, given there is a lot of threats, like you mentioned, when it comes to Sinai, and a lot of threats internally when it comes of the 6th of October anniversary and the plans for celebration for such a memorable day?
We are, as officers or ex-officers in the army, we understand in one thing. The sacred land of Egypt, sacred. You must understand that Egypt is a sacred land among all the planet Earth. Egypt is sacred. This is, we learned it from the time of our old army officers on the time of Horus army, if you would like to say. This is, I would like to picture it in a frame of patriotism, understanding they are adoring the land.
Yes.
Right now, you are having people, they are saying, I don't care about Egypt, I care about Islam first, or my beliefs. I don't think this is some kind of patriotism. The one who
it
does
should not be contradicting. If you're caring about your country,
contradicting the country, that means they are those people who are saying about their beliefs, they are calling for the beliefs before the country, as if they are calling, they are giving the word of what the enemy would like them to say inside the country. So they are the enemy representative among us, beside my neighbor, or whatever you're going to say. This is not patriotism. These are traitors to the land and traitors to the army. They are biting back our army, and this I don't accept. This is among all the, it's not a historian or strategic expert or anything about the patriotism about the land. Who you are, from where you came from, what is your ancestor done to the planet Earth. If you don't understand this and you would like to say, I belong to something else, then we don't need you in that country.
Yes.
Even if you are Egyptian, even if you are Muslim. We don't need that.
Yes. So what are your expectations for the upcoming phase for Egypt? I always like to ask you this question.
forget about stability of the land. The land will not going to be stable at all for the moment. There are a lot of challenges, and the challenges why the army or the armed forces is taking the front, because they would like to save their lives, the life of their children, and the materials they are having, the weapons they are having in their hand. So the political situation here on the country is under the finger of the around the world player to play with it. Like Ashton, she is here right now. She would like to have nothing to do with Europe at all. She is giving us a message from the CIA of the United States of America. They would like to have the land saturated because our enemy, our neighbor enemy, I'm saying the Israelis, have a development plan, and they would like to have their land in Hebrew kosher to take the Palestinians outside. And the only people in the world accepting them is the Egyptians by the late Mohammed Morsi regime.
Yes, we'll have to stop here. We'd like to continue that, but just take a short break. I'll be returning back for more.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly 2 p.m. here in Cairo, Egypt, giving you the latest update in the world of news. Starting off here in Egypt, interim President Adli Mansour meets on Thursday with visiting Bahraini King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The presidency said that the Bahraini King's visit comes within the framework of boosting relations between the two Arab countries. During their talks, the two leaders will seek to coordinate stance vis-a-vis different regional and international issues. The European Union's foreign policy chief Catherine Ashton continues on Thursday meetings with Egyptian officials in Cairo as part of her visit, the third after June 30th revolution. Earlier on Wednesday, Ashton had a number of meetings upon her arrival in Cairo. Ashton met with Foreign Minister Nabil Fahmy, chairman of the 50-member Constitutional Drafting Committee, veteran diplomat Amr Moussa, as well as Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib. She was also expected to meet with Pope Tawadros, Pope of Alexandria, and the Patriarch of the See of St. Mark. Marking the 40th anniversary of the 6th of October war victory, Prime Minister Hazna Biblawi sent a congratulatory message to President Adli Mansour. On its part, the Marud movement called on all Egyptians to gather in front of Al-Ittihadiyya Palace, in Tahrir Square, and in squares all over the country to mark the occasion on Sunday. The movement called on security forces to protect the gatherings against any group which tries to spoil the celebrations. It described the group as out of the context of the Egyptian national consensus. 9 disarmament expert tasked with implementing a UN resolution ordering the destruction of Syria's chemical arsenal left their hotel Thursday and headed for an unknown location. 2 days after arriving in Damascus, the expert from the Hague-based Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, known as the OPCW, drove off in 3 UN vehicles. The 9 are part of a team of 19 experts who arrived on Tuesday to oversee the implementation of UN Resolution 2118, which orders serious chemical weapons destroyed. This wraps up our top stories of the hour. Please stay tuned. We do have more coming up on Nile International. For a more comprehensive look at the news world of politics, economy, and sports, please stay tuned for the 3 p.m. newscast. As for now, I'm Reem Norris signing off. Have a good day.
welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise, and I'm still joined with Major General Magdy Yusuf, historian and strategist. Once again, I'd like to continue this important part about your expectations for the upcoming phase for Egypt.
When Hillary Clinton said we have the right to contact the Muslim brothers without passing by the military council, she did it already and she signed for. Signed for was the Muslim brother represented by Mohammed Morsi, and Mohammed Morsi is a traitor. And we're going to be condemned as a traitor soon. So, for what? What the agreement, what they agreed upon is Rafah and El Arish as an alternative situation and land for the Palestinians. And they accepted, the Muslim brothers, Khairat al-Shatir accepted it and signed for, and he cashed it. The 8 million on the 4th of October 2011, 2 years back. So this has happened, and on the last 6th of October, the past 6th of October, Mohammed Morsi, when he's having this assassinator of El Sadat, Mr. What his name is?
I even forgot his name. It's good to forget so.
It's okay. Zumur.
Zumur, yes.
Zumur assassinated, and he put him in El Sadat car. This is a discrimination of our history and dignity as Egyptian, made by an Egyptian. His name is Mohammed Morsi. Full stop. So this agreement is valid till today for Israel and United States. And they are giving Ashton to test what is the pulse, what's going to happen.
But just for the sake of time, can you briefly just tell us, how are you thinking about the upcoming phase?
Oh, it's not going to be saturated. The army is prepared for any, the armed force for any unexpected situation here. The political, the Egyptians are fighting with each other for the bread, and most of them, the traitors who are going to be the public, under the public assembly, they would like to have the list, and the other one would like to have the individual. And here are the fingers of the Mossad and the CIA are playing inside the country right now for this politics. Right now, this is the depth. Yes, it has been poured a lot of money. So the list, yes, I would like to be the head of the list, so I can take money to put some people of the Muslim brother under my cover to come again through the back door to the public assembly.
Major General, unfortunately for time's sake, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us. It has been a great pleasure to have you with us this special day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At your service anytime.
With events escalating ups and downs on the region and also on the international levels, we present you with the highlights of this week's news with our correspondent, Noor Hussein.